Anyway, sorry about that. Eventually we'll get over it and be fine again. And it's like, in that experience, I don't know if I'll always be able to do this, but in that one, it was like I could fast forward to the end of it and when we were fine again, and I could just be there and kind of look back and say, well, you're here now and it's really fine. I can see what it is. I can see that it's a piece of you that needs to be integrated, know that it's loved too. But it is kind of mean to me. And this was all energetic. He didn't do anything. That's why it's hard to date an empath. Because what's wrong? Nothing. I know something's wrong. This wreaked havoc on many a person. I can't get away with anything with you. Oh yeah, I know. Anyway. So yeah, it was a really beautiful place to be, kind of holding space. And not really not judgmental, because I know I go through my own shit all the time. It's happening right now. So yeah, I don't even know if I'm gonna publish this or not. I don't know if I'm gonna publish this video or not. Maybe I will. It's a pretty interesting thing because you hear people say I'm pregnant, and you hear people say I'm not pregnant. Well, you don't really hear people say that unless they're afraid that they are, but not very often does it come up when someone is afraid that they're pregnant, or, well, no, let's be honest, afraid that they're pregnant. It doesn't come out. So I might be on here in 2 weeks and say, if I publish this, and even if I don't, and there is no child, and that would be fine. I've chosen the best new paradigm entry, bringing in awesomeness, new chakras, new vibes, in the best way possible. Now, if that means a child, one of my guides actually shouted at me yesterday, it might have even been the child, I realized afterward when Tony and I were talking, and said, you don't even know what you're choosing not to do. You have no idea what it'll be like really impassioned. And I had to admit that they were right. I just know what I know of pregnancy and childbirth, which seems hard and scary, to be quite honest. Yeah, there's the concept of, different types of birth, like the whole methods that you can do. There's even orgasmic birth. Clearly there exist ways of not being just in physical pain, but that's not really what I'm talking about. In our culture, a child means that your life, in some ways, it means that your life is now forever different, and in some ways, especially doing the types of things that I do, like traveling around carefree and stuff like that, is over. I know I can feel that meme existing in the field when I think about the potential of me having a child. But there's a piece of me, it's like, why couldn't I just travel with a child? Travel with a cat? Like, who travels with a cat in their car everywhere? I'm sure there are people who do it. I know there are, but not very many. It's weird. It would just, in fact, my guides made a halfway funny joke that that's been a trial run. And it's worked out beautifully. Alethea is amazing. You can hear me convincing myself that it's going to be okay. When it's not planned, what I had wanted to do was wait until I was in a, really stable, had already been together for a good while kind of relationship, to where I was planted in one place and knew lots of stuff and understood more about the universe. I hear how this is bullshit as I'm even saying it. But my guides were like, you were never going to make that happen without a child. They're like, you're going to go so much faster with a child. You're going to have a whole new level of motivation, both of you, and you're going to create things in a timeline that you would not have done without the child. You would just keep screwing around for a few years and not really get into it and dig your heels in and do what you're here to do. And I suppose that's probably correct. Now, the deal we made was if I'm not pregnant, then I still have to make the changes that I would, with discipline. That word took me a while to find. I wonder why. Could it be that I'm still in a nightgown in the middle of the morning laying around, unable to move? Granted, I'm doing a lot of multi-D processing right now. Come on. And I can feel what could be, if this could be, and it feels really good, I will admit it. And it's just more paradigm breaking, right? It's like any of the things that I'm afraid of. Honestly, the one that I'm most scared of, because I know I'm an energy worker and I know I'm good at what I do. I know my body, I'd be fine. I'd probably have very healthy, great pregnancy, probably have an easy childbirth, probably recover my pre-pregnancy body very quickly afterward. I know that these things are probably true. There's nothing for me to be worried about that kind of ego stuff. The ego stuff that I'm worried about is what people are going to think. Especially because my relationship is not even public yet, and not really, and I haven't talked about all of the crazy stuff that's been happening in this relationship, like, he was abducted by aliens every night when I was gone, and they told him how to deal with me when I came back, and they gave him relationship tips for us. Like, this stuff happened, and the way that my cat is with him, I know that sounds weird, but if you've ever met her, she's a multi-D creature that looks like a cat. Just true. Maybe that makes me sound crazy, but it's what I have experienced. I've seen physically her teleport in the presence of other people as well. Anyway, I think it's time to end this. I think I have things to say, and I'm feeling funny emotional surges as I'm talking about it, because maybe I won't post it. I definitely have not decided, but maybe I will. And this is different than my other work. This is different. This is a real big thing. And if I talk about all the things I talk about all the time, and if I don't talk about this, then that feels like lying to me. Because it is so important. And it's filling my brain right now, obviously. So yeah. If this is happening, then I am just about exactly 3 weeks pregnant, which is very early. But I can already feel twinges going through my abdomen and things like that. And so even if I were to like get my period next week or whatever, it would be, I think at this point it would probably be a miscarriage, to be quite honest, just with the way I know my body and the way my cycles run. And if that's true, my guides also told me, wow, this is getting long. My guides also told me that there's a chance that I could miscarry. If I am pregnant, there's a chance I could miscarry in the first trimester or in the end of the second trimester. And so I need to not get any physical items until I'm almost at the birthing stages, which is a strange instruction to give. And every time I come back about, well, my abundance, and they're like, Karis, bullshit. You can manifest whatever you want. You just haven't tried that hard because you've been happy with what you've had. But if it's with someone else, then I'm going to want to shower more abundance on that creature than any. I never want them to even know that a vibration exists that is not having what you need. That's what I feel like my responsibility is, along with many, many other things. Never telling them that they're imagining something that they're experiencing, never not taking them seriously as true wise people, even though they're small and they've only been in a human body for a little while, and it's going through a lot of changes the whole time we're children. So understanding what's happening there, but also seeing this person as someone who can bring the amount of light in that a human can bring. Any human could be a hero. Any human could be a Nelson Mandela or a Christ or a Buddha, or if you allow them to evolve, and if you see what they need. And so there's a piece of me that's like, hells yeah, I'm up for the challenge, that'll be fun. And there's a piece of me that's just like positively writhing in agony and freaking out. And also today I feel like, I told Tony this morning, I felt like I have no skin. Like my emotions are I just feel raw. And he said it sounded to him like a cocoon was being broken out of, and I had to agree with that, because I've been attracted to those images for the past day or so, and I almost even put up an image of something emerging from a cocoon, and I didn't do it just because I couldn't find the right image, and then I came in and said that about my skin, my energy skin. So it's all synchronicitous and amazing. But I think I'm done talking. Much love to everybody out there if I post this. I'm still not sure if I will. But go in peace. I'm not even going to give you any advice. I know you usually do at the end of the videos. Just hold it down and be your divine selves, I guess. Alright? Much love.